studied there?
I studied in Delhi Public School, Bangalore North. So the reason I came all the way from Bangalore to Andhra was, one, the academic excellence, because my parents thought that I would do better in my academics if I was in a hostel. And then I also had to learn to live outside the home, because honestly speaking, I'm really lazy and I do not get out of bed on time, and it would help me fix my lifestyle.
So that's wonderful. Like they wanted you to see not as a simple person with academics, good academics. They want you to see you as a whole human being, right? So they wanted you to nurture as a complete human being, balancing where you have to every day where you have to balance both your academics and your life, right?
Yeah.
So you think that you don't have that good opportunities in Bangalore where you can take this course?
It's not about the course, right? So they wanted me to stay far away from home, and then somewhere where I could actually...
You can be individual.
Yes, I can be individual, and then they also did that by putting me in Guntur, and my aunt lives in Eluru, so it's kind of close, so it's kind of far from home, but...
How did you come to know about this masterminds? Because you are not a CA aspirant.
No, I'm
so
not
generally, so it's very difficult for those who are not CA aspirants to look into masterminds. So what made you to come through this masterminds?
My cousin is from Vijayawada, and he actually studied in Masterminds. So then he told me about this new MEC Pro course. But then I came into Masterminds actually for CA, but then not for CA, just for CA Foundation.
Okay.
Like I was going to do BBA just with CA Foundation, but then later I found out that there's MEC Pro, which is like totally into the competitive side. So I thought I could switch, which is...
What will be your future plans after this MEC?
There's this college called Krishna Jayanti in Bangalore. I'm planning on doing BBA, and then I'll try to get into IIM for BBA and yeah.
That's wonderful. Let's give a big applause.
Thank you.
See, these are all small platforms where you can express yourself. So whatever may be the way you communicate.
Greetings to ma'am. Hello everyone. I'm Sneha BC from Karnataka, studying Senior Inter in Masterminds. I'm pursuing CA, and the reason I chose this course is my uncle, who is a practicing CA in Silgupa, and the facilities in Masterminds are awesome. Frankly speaking, it was a better experience for me to explore a new state with unknown language. My co-mates helped me a lot to learn a new language. Thanks a lot.
You really learned a new language? Telugu?
Yeah, ma'am.
Really? You can speak confidently?
No, ma'am.
But you can better understand.
Yeah, better, ma'am.
So did you feel that problem of understanding the classes, because sometimes the flow will come out in Telugu when they want to express in core concepts and that all. So how you could able to make out all that?
Firstly, they'll explain in English. I can understand English well, and my co-mates...
Is it sure that they're explaining in English?
Yeah, ma'am. They're explaining first in English. Otherwise, my co-mates, they will explain. They'll give me a technical jargon. Like they'll use some Telugu technical jargons which I don't know. They will give me translate for me.
Okay. So they'll just express that, translate that in English, the Telugu jargon, whatever is there.
And,
so just tell me frankly, because we are always in a bit of confusion, like whether we could able to really cater to this before coming here. Can you understand Telugu?
A little, ma'am.
A little.
Actually, my mother studied in Andhra for up to 7th grade.
Okay. You speak in Telugu at home?
No, my mother tongue is Kannada. Kannada.
So how can you learn that little bit of Telugu?
Like movies and Telugu movies.
And
yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
And my cousins, actually they're in Andhra, but they speak Kannada. So somewhere like that, it's connected.
So the thing is like, with respect to the communication, with respect to the classes, because most of the classes will be technical jargon and that all, right? So really, is it sure that you could able to come back with that situation very easily?
No, I had to try a lot.
You had to try.
Work hard.
So how many months it took for you to come back with the situation and come out of this feeling that...
Actually, I came at September, ma'am. At September, I just joined the Vivekananda campus, and that time I was like a lonely person, and I don't know what to do at the time. Then my friend, she's a Karnataka, Ashrita, she helped me and my friends, my roommates. Okay. Up to Jan, I was like a single person, lonely person. After then, now present, I'm in good condition, ma'am.
Very well connected to the students, right? So think that it's really worth it, because it's not just before me. I just want a genuine answer, because we want to upgrade ourselves, because life is always a learning process. So every time it's not like we are complete. every time there'll be a lot of things for us to learn and improvise ourselves.
Yeah, ma'am.
Depending upon because ours is a millennial generation and yours is a Gen Z generation, right? So we have to upgrade a lot more things. So basing on the opinions we get, basing on the feedback we get from you genuinely, we try to improvise in all areas, but we just try to sincerely to improvise, but it may not be sometimes up to the expectation what you have in your minds. So one thing is like, do you really think it's worthy to come all the way from Karnataka for studying chartered accountancy over here?
Yeah,
Do you
ma'am.
think that you have good institutions over there?
Actually, I don't have up to CA final, ma'am. I have one institute over there to Udupi, which gives me up to CA intern. Then I had to go all along to Pune or Noida. My mother thought it's okay. We actually planned for Karnataka itself. Then my senior, who is my father's friend, she suggested me masterminds then. I came all along, and my uncle is actually pursued CA in Superviz. So he said that you can't go anywhere. CA is only in Vijayawada and Guntur. You had to go to Guntur and Vijayawada to stay there, and you had to learn there itself.
What is your journey like? Because it's really difficult to get used to a different language. Used to people, definitely it's a very big challenge with respect to the food.
Yeah, ma'am. For food.
Exactly, for food, right? And different climate altogether.
Yeah.
Because it's too hot here. So how do you, what are your experiences when you come across with sort of situations? You feel sometimes like, I think I have not taken a right decision, right?
Sometimes.
How many times it has come in your mind, like maybe it's not.
Now it's not at present, ma'am, but when I was in Vivekananda, food was not at all going for me, ma'am. It was very difficult for me to take food. And in summer times, when our board exams were extended up to May,
Yes,
that
summer
was horrible for me.
Horrible, exactly.
But due to AC, I was there.
You feel that after all these sacrifices, what you have made in adjusting to the situations in all the ways, because all the big challenges, though they are not tangible, they're quite intangible, but they matters a lot in the journey what we undergo. So after all these adjustments and that all, at last you feel like it's worth it.
It's worth it because nothing could be achieved without adjustment, ma'am. Adjustment is development, so I follow that.
Adjustment is development. Such a beautiful thing. Right. Great.
I follow that.
Very nice, ma'am. Okay. Keep it up. Let's give a big round of applause.
Thank you, ma'am.
What's your name, Nana? Vallabha. Good. Continue, ma'am.
My dad is a businessman. My father is a CA final dropout, and he likes to see me as a CA. And when he was at the CA final level, he used to bring the materials of the masterminds. He was studying in the Chennai. Yes, ma'am. My father searched nearly 35 schools to join me in a hostel, but he didn't search any one college to even join me. He searched only one thing, masterminds. From 5th class, I think he said to his mother that I want to see my son as a CA. From that day, I started to approach about CA. I learned new things and all. I learned in our family, all family members discuss in an open space and they have a peace of mind. They used to speak all the things like debit, credit and all. I used to learn in the 5th class only. So it helps me a lot. So Krishna sir helped me a lot in the things of like how to be with a person, how to manage all the things, how to deal with it and all. Thank you for giving the opportunity.
Hello everyone, I'm from Odisha.
Great.
And my name is Harshita Pasagada, and my dad is a bank manager and my mom is a housewife. So I inspired to opt CA just because of my uncle who is present working in Deloitte as a vice president. So since from my childhood he only dreamed about CA but he couldn't complete it. So he inspired me to complete CA.
So in Deloitte, he is a vice president.
Vice president in Deloitte. In Hyderabad.
In Hyderabad. His name?
Jankeshwar.
Jankeshwar. Okay. Continue.
Yes, ma'am. So, since my childhood, I inspired from him, and whenever I thought to come back from CA, sometimes I feel that CA is a difficult course and I want to take a dropout. But whatever the situation is, he is the only one who just always tells me that CA is not a difficult course, and he did a big mistake in his childhood that coming back from CA. So he inspired me that it's not, you can do it and you have all capabilities to do that. So please go through it. So, and he only just suggested me masterminds too. And I found in South India, Masterminds is the best institute for CA, and where I can found everything in one single roof. So that's why I choose it.
So you have the plan to continue everything in the one single roof in future?
No, ma'am, not like that. But for career building, it's good.
So I just want to know, because your uncle is from Deloitte.
Yes, ma'am.
He's a vice president over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't Deloitte audit wing? I mean, like accounts and audit wing?
Yes, ma'am. Taxation.
Taxation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So like, because he has not completed his chartered accountancy.
Actually, he wrote CA Foundation, and due to some lack of knowledge, he just stopped over there.
So this one is really the point which has to be noted, because Deloitte, I think you all know, it's one of the big four. Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, EY. And now that was a trend previously, but now it's not big four, it's going to be big six. It's two more companies have come up very well. That is GT, Grant Thornton, and BDO. So it's not big four anymore. It's going to be big six by the time you're going to come up. So one thing you all have to really understand is the one working in Deloitte and who couldn't complete this CA, and understanding what is the importance of a chartered accountant that he has been surrounded with, isn't it or not? Yes, still he recommends and he mandates, because they are the people with lot of industrial exposure, lot of practical exposure. They combine the finance with economics, right or not? So no, they always work on both the fields, like finance with economics. They all the decisions, whatever they take, basing on the economics, right or not? So being a very key person in that particular big company, big four companies, still he feels that pulse with respect to the importance of being a chartered accountant, right or not? So you all have to really feel proud that you are in a right path. You just have to make it right. That's it. Okay. Your name once again?
Harshita, ma'am.
Harshita. Very nice, Harshita. So you are in Vivekananda Junior or Senior?
Jagruti, ma'am.
Senior. Okay. God bless you, Harshita.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Motivating and see you all the time that chartered accountancy is a wonderful course. You have taken a right decision. It's not like one side all the time it should come up. I think these experiences are going to impact you and make you feel more serious towards your path. Am I right or not? Yes. You have chosen absolutely the right thing, but you have to make it right. That's it.
So basically, I'm from Karnataka, ma'am.
Your name,
Madhava Narasimha.
Madhav Narasimha.
Yes, ma'am.
Please speak out.
So I'm staying in Shanmiketan C block. Recently shifted to first batch, missing all my friends.
Right.
So my father is a practitioner of chartered accountancy.
He's an auditor.
Yes, ma'am.
He's not chartered accountant.
No, ma'am. He's also in chartered accountant.
He's also a chartered accountant.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, nice. Okay.
As well as he says that he will audit other firms. So I was not getting into this firm at all. Like getting into CA, I will not get this idea about this chartered accountant. But my aim was to get into the army and serve the nation.
Wonderful. Let's give a big clap. Just having that small intention of serving for the country itself make them stand out differently. I don't know, like what he actually is in the campus and how he behaves in the campus. I don't know. For sure, I think he is a good guy. Yes? Because that intention behind that is serving for the nation makes them stand out and makes them, first of all, think differently in all the perspectives, and with whatever a small difference they can make towards the society, they'll definitely leave their mark in making that change. Yeah, good. Come on, Madhavan.
So, ma'am, you recently used the word KPMG, company name.
Yeah, KPMG.
So, when my brother was studying, he took a course called aerospace engineering.
Okay.
So, when he was at final year, he got an internship from KPMG company, working in the technical field. So, my second brother is doing BBA LLB final year.
Okay.
So, I got a comment at when I was like 8th class. My maths teacher, I am basically afraid of maths.
Okay.
So
Right.
my maths teacher said that your brother is that, your father is that, like that.
Okay.
I was not studying at all at that age. My father is currently 53 years old. He says that if you go to army, no one will be there right here at home. So please stay with me. So with father's sentiment, I have come to join CA.
That's wonderful because you have sacrificed your dreams for the sake of your father who wants your company by the time he retires, right?
Yes. Ma'am.
So wonderful. Let's give him a big clap.
So there's a small space near my home. I and my father walk every day when I go to home at night, ma'am. He says that pick CA for the course. Please stay with me. So he says that I will be 60 years old when you complete your CA. So pass it in first attempt. So
Pass it in the first attempt. Really, we can understand that pain, like what, because we may not be of that particular age, but we are in the beginning of that particular stage, how a parent feels, right? So naturally, your parents also tend, because you're all of the age of our children, right? So definitely, your parents' feelings also will be like, we are at the stage of retirement, we'll be tired. By the time we retire, we should come up and take up their hands, right? Such a wonderful thing. Come on.
So he sends my two brothers to abroad. So they'll study in abroad and they might come or they may not. So one should be right there at home. So I'm into this firm. See.
Superb, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you don't feel like you want to go abroad?
No, ma'am. My native is India. I will live in India.
Very nice, very nice. Madhavan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Madhavan, like you want to serve nation.
I wanted to serve
You
nation.
wanted to serve nation, but it's not like only if you are in army you can serve the nation. Like
Yes, ma'am.
tell me what are the areas where you want to bring some change? Because not only with respect to the education, because everybody speaks about education, that means we have to bring a lot of changes in the education policy and that all. Now the government is also working on that. I don't know when it's going to be seriously implemented, but that new education policy, if it comes so, it's going to be a big drive and big change in the education system. And accidentally, we have been all the Macaulay's generation, Macaulay's children who introduced this English system of education with us. So, apart from education, bring some change in education. And with respect to environment, or with respect to small social issues, what you come across,
Yes, ma'am.
what makes you to think? Because you may feel silly, but your mothers separating the dry waste and the wet waste at home, maybe it feels all awkward and silly for you, but it really makes a lot of sense with respect to the environment, because a single household woman can make a big change in the environment if she can do a small difference, like separating a dry waste from the wet waste. Maybe you all feel not so connected with what I am speaking at, but whatever that comes to our or in our way, there are some social issues or some environmental issues which we can bring some change at our individual level. Right? So what do you feel? You have any ideas about it? Because whenever I dispose batteries, I think some 100 times before I dispose batteries. And I try to think like what could be the best option, like rechargeable batteries and that all, right? How hazardous the battery waste is. And recently, maybe what all I am speaking right now may not be so connected to you because your age is different and your way of thinking is different, but really it matters a lot, because I have that instinct in my mind when I am at your age, because we do celebrate so many decoration items like this, right? So with nowadays a lot of flower decorations comes up, right? So what the people do, they pull out all the flower decoration after the job is done. You know how the decoration goes on, though it seems organically for you, but lot of things they use, right or not? Alpins, yeah. So they use that for making all the decoration and that all, right? So what they do, they don't separate the pins after completion of their work. They just wrap everything up in a what you call it as cloth and throw it in the garbage where the cows and all will come and feed on it, right or not? Because that being flowers. See how hazardous are all that? So small, like that, so many issues are there which comes to us in a daily life, which you people should start thinking. You can't make difference right now very immediately, but you have to have that a small thought in your mind, seed in your mind, so that you will start thinking about those sort of social issues and that all, right? So, because I didn't ask to anybody this sort of question, because you being a different person with a different thought, so what changed, what makes you to think a bit more about?
Ma'am, there's a lack of ideology among the people.
Exactly. With respect to what?
With respect to, as if you're taking an example right now, like
Yes.
throwing up the flowers, wrapping it up and throwing in the garbage.
Yes.
So instead of throwing it, they can mash it up and use for some smell. Like,
Exactly. Of course, they will not do, at least at our level, because I may not separate them all, and I can't make dupe sticks or something like incense sticks out of it, because it's not my business. What I can do it, Max, I can stand there for a while and I can ask that person who comes to wrap it up and separate all the pins. So, because we had a small occasion at our home and I was very particular, like while using that, I was really stopped, because that first time we have celebrated that way. When he came to wrap everything up, he just simply wrapping everything. I was like astonished and shocked, like it's better if I would not have celebrated this occasion at my home. So I stayed with him and I gave money for him, like extra some 1,000 rupees for him, like to separate all the needles what was stuck to it, and so that I can separate them all, and I made them in a separate cover. I have mentioned a note on it and thrown it in the dustbin. So that small social responsibility, we should spend some time, we should ask them, then they'll definitely do it. Otherwise, that go into garbage, a cow will come and try to eat as if it is like a feed for it. Yes. So what happens if a single small pin stuck in our mouth? How horrible we feel. So that sort of small generosity we should have. That maybe I'm a little bit emotional, but that stucks us all a lot. And you people can bring a lot of difference. Come on, Anna, please.
so my mother is a housewife, ma'am. I'll give her one more example. She will take the plastic of the milk packets.
Yes.
In Kannada, we will call it as Agni Kunda.
Okay.
There's a small Agni Kunda right behind my home. She will put that plastic into that Agni Kunda. So I'll say, "Enti ma idi?" So I'll say,
What you wanted her to do? Just throw it.
"No."
Yeah.
Instead of throwing it, she can use it for storing some extra items in it. Like we'll use it as some powders,
Okay.
spice powder.
So you want her like better not to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's because it creates a lot of pollution.
Disturbance in the environment.
Environment. So that is more than enough. Maybe his mother might have shouted at him like "Nikem teliyadale" ani.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no?
Exactly.
Nikem teliyadale అని చెప్పుండొచ్చు, but she'll definitely think other time when she does it. Yes or no? So that itself is enough, Nana, for being a human being, for having this wonderful birth of being a human being.
But sometimes I will shout at her, don't throw. If she does not listen my words, I will take that plastic cover and I will take it somewhere.
That's wonderful. Let's give a big clap. It all seems crazy for you, right? Crazy, right? But no, Nana, it's a matter of life. Come on.
Yes, ma'am. This is my experience.
Super.
and my
Right.
points.
So how is your journey with Masterminds? Hard.
I'm currently first year, ma'am, and
In first year right now?
yes,
Okay.
I don't have much experience, but when I reach second year, I'll try to share.
Nice, so nice. Come on. Please carry on. What are your favorite YouTubers? Who knows Abhi and Leo? Abhi and Leo. Abhi and Leo. Who knows B biceps? That is Alabadia, right? And who knows Akshat Srivatsava? No? Who knows? Because I'm getting that, because I look at the content, but not that exactly so focused. If I get it, I'll tell some more. Please, I would like to know the YouTubers you follow. Though you might not have followed the YouTubers what I am talking to, please do watch definitely one YouTube channel with Rahul Alabadia. He's Rahul, right? Rahul Alabadia, right? So other name is B Biceps, right? In YouTube channel. Channel name is B Biceps. His name is Rahul Alabadia, right? He made a podcast with one of the management consultancy expert by name Pratham Mittal. Please note that name, and if you in your brain, if you don't have pen and paper right now, Pratham Mittal, which clearly depicts what the scenario that is going on in both education and how a student should be prepared with the coming challenges the market is expecting. So that's really a very, we are out of that, right? But still we do watch so that we can pass on, we can share some valuable info to all of you, because your focus will be towards the other things, right? So which tech savvy, tech YouTubers, so many tech YouTubers are also there. Yes, of course, that's too good to follow them. But apart from all that, so do watch, because in the recent YouTube videos what I have watched it, and which are more relevant, because whenever I feel so like this is a relevant one, I share that video to my children also. So likewise, please do watch, which is a very apt situation he explains to the coming generation. And he's also, I think he's not millionaire. Yeah, he's a millionaire. So he'll definitely, that episode is going to be, that podcast is going to be a very big eye-opener to all of you, that how you should be prepared enough, how you should set your goals, in what way you have to develop yourselves. So it's going to be a very big eye-opener to all of you. Please do watch. It's a podcast with Pratham Mittal. He's a management consultant. Okay? Please do watch. Come. It's not any advertisement or endorsement. It's just out of interest I'm telling to you.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to one and all. I am Nishita. I am from Vellore in Tamil Nadu. And my father is a businessman and my mother is a homemaker. So, as of me choosing my studies and career is all I knew was I hate physics and science, obviously. So, my father used to suggest my brother when it's time for choosing his career and stuff. So he was like talking about CA, and more than my brother, I think I was inspired by him telling that. I don't know if he wanted me to.
He's a businessman.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Okay.
And so as of my brother, he's in CA Inter now in Masterminds. He's in CA Inter. So my father also motivated me to study CA. People think that I study CA just because of my brother does, but it's not exactly like that. It's my own interest. Apart from hating science, it's a good way of choosing the career. So coming to Masterminds, a friend of my father suggested Masterminds to my brother. Like the way I also got here, and my journey in Masterminds, there's nothing a lot about that. I'm just studying junior inter. So actually it was totally different from what I heard. My father told me that it would be like a jail and stuff. He used to scare me because I was so lazy.
So he's trying to mentally prepare you that you have to be very individual enough to manage all the things, right?
After coming here, it was not that bad actually. So it was actually a tough schedule.
He's trying to prepare you for the worst.
Yeah. So people say that CA is so tough and you can't pass and stuff, but Masterminds really helps a lot with the schedules. It's not too strict, not too lenient. So I don't have much to share just because I'm junior inter, and I think
So you feel like you can manage with this?
yeah, sure I can. Just there's no need to work. We have to work hard, but with the schedules given by management, it's easy. We don't have to spend extra time to
Manage yourself and prepare schedules for yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Fine, Nana, I just want to ask you a question. Like, why do you think, like, your father is a businessman, he can opt you for some other courses, because as you're scared of physics and chemistry and that all, maybe you have chosen this. But what urge you feel in him that you choose a chartered accountancy?
Actually, he didn't give me any option. He didn't suggest me anything. I chose CA just because I was inspired. I mentally fixed in my mind that I want to study CA. He didn't ask me, and I didn't tell them about that I'm choosing CA. He didn't care that much. Just because I was studying 7th, I thought of taking this path when I was studying in 7th. So,
So, what is your brother's journey? How is he feeling right now?
okay, to be honest, my brother wants to be a cricketer. He loves cricket, but it takes time to be the great player. So my father suggested him the other ways which he can do something, and he's actually a topper. So my father thought he might do it as well. So he suggested, my brother also liked it, and
So, he's happy with the journey with Master.
yeah, he's actually happy with the journey.
So let's give her a big clap, because that itself proves that you can also manage with the things, right?
Yes.
So what areas where you felt at most difficulty with respect to adjusting yourself?
Actually, I've never been so far away from my parents, especially my mother. So it makes me feel homesick for a lot while. When I entered Vivekananda campus, it was like there are no Tamilians there. Literally now to
Tamilians in Vivekananda campus?
no one except for me.
Oh, right.
So it's, but I'm happy that I'm a Telugite. I'm half Tamilian and half a Telugite. So
You can manage.
I'm able to manage. If not, so it will be too difficult for me.
Exactly. Right. Anything else you want to share with?
No, that's it.
Your name once again?
Nishita.
Nishita. Very well done, Nishita. It's good to hear from you. Because that itself proves that being your brother being here and happily doing his journey, so that gives you immense confidence that you can also be, it's not going to be altogether naive to you, so you can also be happy with the journey, right?
I have to thank my brother that he'll suggest me, because he has already gone through all the
Own brother?
path. Yeah, he's my own brother.
Okay. So he's gone through all the path.
Yeah,
So
so
he can aspect will suggest you like what to do and what not to do, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Let's give her a very big clap.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone present over here. I am from Odisha. I am studying in junior inter. I am from Vivekananda campus. I have already studied my junior inter in Odisha.
Finished.
Yes, ma'am. But actually, so I thought that I will join here in second year, but for some problem because board are changing, no, ma'am.
The boards are
Odisha board,
changing.
so because I joined here because in Odisha,
In commerce, you studied
yes, I studied in commerce.
Odisha.
Yes,
Which
ma'am.
place exactly?
Raigada.
Raigada. Okay, fine.
Already studied, but their studies are so horrible, ma'am. I just don't want to study there because some aspects they are good, some aspects they are not good. As a girl, I know how I suffered from that. I have already studied, but coming here by I know because masterminds gave me so much experience that I can study so much good about that. Friends and all are encouraging me to that.
You are feeling homely with in Vivekananda campus.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Really?
yes.
It's not like on our behalf.
Because I don't know that much Telugu.
Okay.
Little bit because we speak in Odia in our home, so they are so
Was
closely.
there a big barrier for you in understanding the classes?
No.
Because sometimes Telugu creeps in.
No, ma'am, no, not at all. No,
That's
I
wonderful.
can understand.
That's
Yes,
wonderful.
Yes,
So, as you study the same group over there,
yes, ma'am.
with respect to academics, what sort of difference you find?
Ma'am, actually, these studies are good, ma'am, but not like this here materials. I really encourage the materials, ma'am. Very much nice.
Okay, you studied there in CBSE board +1 +2?
No.
On state board, Odisha, Odisha state board.
Odisha state board, yes, ma'am.
Fine. So, anything else you want to share?
No, ma'am. Actually,
How do you come to know about masterminds then?
our friend brother is studying here, ma'am. Actually, my cousin sister, and me joined here. From our background, no one is from commerce, ma'am. All are from science. They encourage. Sometimes they don't encourage us to why you joined here, why you took CS.
So, your relatives and that all.
ma'am.
So, nobody encourages you.
My mother is so. I'm lucky, ma'am. Really, I'm so lucky that my mother encouraged me and she sent me here. Really,
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. She had the trust in you.
yes, ma'am. My father also said that you can't go, you don't go there, you can't study there. Because your climates are so different, so you don't go there. You study. Also, I said no. I will leave my first year.
Whatever it may be.
Whatever it may be, I will go and study there. Anyhow, you please join me there. And
So, just tell me genuinely, out of 10, like to what extent you're happy? Maybe it's in the process. Maybe you're in the process of adjusting to so many things.
8. Yes,
That's wonderful.
because food is
Yeah, obviously, like we can't cope up to that, right?
yes.
Exactly. That's a regional disparity and the cultural disparity will be there. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful. Let's get a big clap.
My name is Rahul Dev. I am from Kerala, Thrissur district. I studied, my father transferred here from 10th class.
When you were in 10th.
I'm Vijayawada, KKR Gautam, ma'am.
Okay. And you are the native of Andhra Pradesh?
No, ma'am, my mother tongue is Kerala. Malayalam.
Malayalam only?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
It's not, I learned Telugu from 10th class, so I was fluent.
You are fluent?
Yes, ma'am.
Then speak in Telugu.
నేను తెలుగు బాగానే మాట్లాడతాను ఇంకా అంతే మ్యామ్ సంథింగ్
Ante, you're in first year right now?
ఎస్ మ్యామ్
Okay. So because Vijayawada is also a good place
ఎస్
for commerce.
మ్యామ్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ I don't know, ma'am. My father recommended to join mastermind search.
Keep throwing here.
Not like that, ma'am. I don't know this. I'm not good at chemistry and physics and.
Okay. So he thought like this will be better for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Better option for you.
I too, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, I too prefer this only because no chemistry and physics.
Yeah, just because no, but now economics is there.
No, I am.
It's okay with
It's
economics because you will have all the fundamentals and the all from here on,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, fine. So, what's your journey with masterminds?
Madam,
It means advise just one word. Can you advise anyone to join in masterminds with experience what you have come across?
yes, ma'am. It's academic. It's very nice. Yes, ma'am. That's,
But there is something. Right. Okay, fine. Come on. So not much big freedom.
ma'am.
No, don't have much freedom.
Yes, ma'am. Right.
Lacking that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, come on. Right. So you only wanted to seriously do CA?
Yes, ma'am.
Serious at it?
Ma'am.
You were serious at it?
Yes, ma'am. I means I'm. My father. He just suggested me, ma'am. That's. I came. That's all.
Okay, well, maybe I think you haven't get that seriousness yet into this course, but gradually I have the trust in you. Like I don't know why, but I have the trust in you because we have seen n number of students who are like Chichora type of kids in this first year or so, but really they turn out extremely well it's just a point of spirit that they have to get. So if they get that intention and the strong desire to be, they definitely do miracles. Because you are not aware of it, but we have been with so many students in our journey who are quite Shishora type, but later at a point of time they get that insight and they work for it and they do miracles. So very well. Your name?
Rahul Dev, ma'am.
Rahul Dev. Good. Very nice, Rahul. What's your hobby, Rahul?
Seeing phone, ma'am, that's all.
What?
Scrolling Instagram.
See?
Phone.
So
Mobile.
that's it. No sports.
Sports, ma'am, basketball, kabaddi.
You played for any
I played
district level?
kabaddi for my school, ma'am. Means intermediate. In Hyderabad, ma'am.
In Hyderabad. Okay, fine. Okay, go ahead. So it's the first time you're coming up onto the dais and speaking something.
Yes, ma'am.
We made it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's give a big clap.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nihansha Chauhan. I am from Pune. I am studying Senior Inter MEC Pro in Masterminds. As my father is a central government employee in Spices Board, every time after 3 years or 4 years, he will get transfer, and I have to leave my comfort zone. I have to leave my house, neighbors, and everything, and I have to go to the new place. I suffer a lot. I am a reserved type of person. Actually, I don't mingle with people and interact with them. If I have work, then I'll interact with them, but other things I'll not interact, ma'am. So after completing my 10th in Warangal in Telangana, I came here to study intermediate. As my father got transferred here, I was really scared and I was having a Telugu problem. I can understand Telugu, but I can't speak properly. But in the,
Your native language, your mother tongue?
actually my mother tongue is Hindi.
Hindi. Right.
And yeah, I can't understand Telugu. I can understand Telugu, but I can't speak it properly. And I thought that all faculties, everyone, they'll teach in Telugu. But here in Masterminds, they'll means 90% they'll teach.
It's not 100% because I too can say it's definitely not 100%
Yeah.
because that mother tongue will be there in every cell. Obviously, that will come out at any particular point of time, which may feel a jargon for you, right?
And some topics we can explain only in their language, in their mother
Exactly.
tongue.
So they feel more comfortable in giving that examples in the mother tongue, right? In Telugu.
Yeah, mostly I'll not understand it, and I'll ask my friends and faculties directly, and I get interaction with them.
So you feel like this is worth it, like although you had that 10% barrier with respect to understanding the language and at all, it's worth it to have that, to do that sacrifice what you're doing right now, because coming all the way from different place. You're a day scholar here?
Yeah, ma'am.
Oh, right. Okay, fine. So you feel that worth it, like you join in masterminds because you are only CE?
No, ma'am.
You're a student?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Come. Continue, Anna, please.
My aim is to become like central government employee, same like my father. Most of the people I saw, they'll years to years they'll write government exam and they'll be still dependent on their parents. Still they are in 30 and 40 years, they'll still depend on their parents. I don't like that. My aim is to first try for a private job, settle there, and after settling there, I'll write government job.
So your name once again?
Niharisha.
Niharisha. Niharisha, you were saying that you are a type of introvert person.
Yeah.
Right? So I think the way you are speaking, when compared to the others who spoke previously, it's not comparing with all, but first with respect to some at least, I think this pro platform has helped you to come up and express yourself, because you find lot many opportunities where you can express yourself in the form of seminars or in the form of English aptitude classes and at all. Where you get lot many opportunities to come up and express. Even though you miss one, you have one more. The two, you'll have the third one, right? So either one time or the other, you make it mandatory, or the situation makes it mandatory to come up and speak and express yourself, right or not?
I have a stage fear so much, but after joining here, I'm not having any stage fear.
Yeah, because I think we can perceive that. Am I correct? Yes? Yeah. So, basing on the way she was expressing previously about her that she was an introvert, but with all assurance, I can say that with all assurance, with so much of guts, I can experience that. It's not just for the namesake, but I could sense from her, but this pro platform has helped her a lot, many ways to express herself. Very Niharsha. Nice name. Come on. Any more views you want to express?
I saw actually masterminds will concentrate on academic year 100%, but I saw many things, many new things. Like I went to industrial field, my industrial trips, and everything. I saw new things which I never saw in my life. I experienced those things and learned new things on them. It feels so good.
Very nice, Risha. Very well done. Keep it up. Just keep utilizing, because now you have the tempo of tapping the opportunity, whatever you have right now, right? So you got that opportunity. You want to tap it and you want to try it for yourselves, right? Very well done. Very well. Let's give a big clap. What is your future goal, Niharisha? As you were telling, you want to go for private jobs. First private, settle down, earn something, and so that you can spend some time trying out for government jobs, right? So what is your next goal? Because being a pro student, apart from all the, CA students, those have come here for pursuing CA, their goal is very clear, right? So they'll be very much eager, like what is this pro type and what they are really doing. So with all the pro students to whom you have come across, I think you all have understood that they are far better when compared to their expression, right? So what do you want to be after this?
I still didn't decide.
Not yet decided. Okay, carry on. Take your own time and make a better choice. God bless you, Nana. One thing, sir is making you mandatory to come and speak up. You are willing to come. Very well, very well. Come on.
Good evening to everyone. I'm from Tamil Nadu. Good evening, madam.
Very good evening.
Actually, I was motivated by my uncle, who is a CA,
Your name, Nana?
Naveen,
Naveen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please come on.
and he inspired me to join in masterminds, and he will be inquiring about the masterminds every time. In 10th and first time I was visited the campus, and Venkatesh sir was helping me a lot. And in starting I was suffered a language problem very well.
So you don't know Telugu at all?
No, madam.
In Tamil Nadu, which place exactly you are from?
I'm Erode.
Erode. Oh. Salem, Erode,
Yes, ma'am.
Tirupur, Coimbatore.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay, fine. Come on.
And now I am better somewhat.
So in Coimbatore, you have lot many opportunities. So because Erode is a place which is called as a textile.
Yes, madam.
Textile hub.
Industrial area.
Industrial place, right?
Yes, madam.
So because Coimbatore is just some 90 kilometers or 80
yes, ma'am.
kilometers away from
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
So Coimbatore is having a very big institutions called PSG and
Yes,
that all,
madam,
right?
PSG.
PSG is a very big chain of institutions. So in spite of Coimbatore being very near to you,
Yes,
and it also being a very big educational hub,
Yes,
am I correct?
Yes, madam.
So a lot of Indonesian schools were also there.
yes, madam.
Isha is there,
Yes,
Chinmaya is there, and
Second
apart
half.
from that, this one more near to that is Ooty, right?
Yes, madam. Metupalayam.
Metupalayam. One more is there,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So you have so many options, because I hear the people from Andhra Pradesh or from Telangana going to the places like Coimbatore for their further education and that all, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But what made you, because you parents might be very well versed with all the systems that educational institutions that were there at Coimbatore, they might even Salem is a very big education
Yes,
hub,
madam.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what made you to come to this place? Because I feel very much dazzled with respect to this opinion, like what forced you, because unless there is a strong thing, we can't drive from that place, because
Yes,
from
madam.
Erode to Guntur, I think around it's about 830 kilometers.
770, madam.
770. 770, because to Coimbatore is 930 kilometers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's 770. Okay. So, because Coimbatore is just some 90 kilometers away or 100 kilometers away, but whereas Guntur is, as you are not aware of the place called Coimbatore, how big a city it is, after Chennai, I think Coimbatore stands second in Tamil Nadu.
Yes, madam.
No, maybe third.
Madurai third.
Madurai second, and then third is Coimbatore. So, in spite of that a very big education hub, unless there is a strong reason, the people will not come to Guntur like place for having their further education. You all might have heard about Isha, right? Isha Foundation. They have a very big school called Chinmaya, where they have +1 and +2 international school. Both they have CBSE and IB, international barricade syllabus, and lot many beautiful schools as far as I know, because so many people from AP go there for the +1 and +2 exclusively. So, I'm very eager to know what made him to come here. Come on, Anna, please.
Actually, my uncle is a chartered accountant, madam.
Okay.
And from childhood, he was saying, I want to replace him in my position. And my dream is IRS, madam.
IRS.
Yes, madam.
Wonderful.
And I was talking about IRS, and he will say CA plus IRS, you can easily settle your life, and which will give respect to you.
That part becomes very clear because IRS is Indian Revenue Service, and CA it's all related to taxation and that all. So that's absolutely a perfect part to choose, right?
Yes, madam.
Right, beautiful. Go on.
And my uncle is a vice president in Infratex and industry field, man.
Okay.
And
It's a type of textile
yes,
industry.
madam, textiles.
Erode is for textiles, Tirupur for textiles, Salem for steel and that all, right?
Yes, madam.
Yes. Come on.
And I'm from village, madam. And first in starting, my father's dream also CA, and he can't do it, and he supported my uncle.
Uncle's decision?
Madam?
He supported your uncle?
No, madam. Yes, madam. First.
Yeah, okay. Yes, no issue. Come on, let him speak up. Come on.
Then they helped me a lot, madam. And my now sisters are studying chartered accountant.
Your sisters?
No, yes, madam. Foundation they passed this attempt.
Oh, recent
Yes,
attempt.
madam.
Just few.
Yes, madam.
On Jan Subrat.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, come on.
Then
Third, they got the result.
I was motivated by them, madam.
Your sister finished off her CA foundation
Yes, ma'am.
in Masterminds.
No, madam, in Coimbatore.
In Coimbatore. Very well. Come on.
My aunt was not allowing her
So
to.
I think you got my point. So Coimbatore is a very big place. I was telling you, he has an option to study there. Okay, come on.
My uncle used to be say, you want to be other languages, and you want to be well known to them, and you want to gain knowledges from other state students. Then first I visited Sandiniketan block, madam, and it was nice.
You're able to adjust. I can't say like we can't say like you got totally adjusted with that. You're in the process of adjusting.
Yes, madam.
Very well.
Starting I was supported by Telugu, madam.
Telugu.
My friends would be supporting me, madam.
They were helping you
Yes,
in
ma'am.
understanding the language. So you feel now it's better, like
Yes,
it's
madam.
okay.
I can understand, madam.
You're a little bit settled down, right?
Yes, madam.
That's so nice. So even I know about his sister's journey with Coimbatore. I was telling you about the Coimbatore, such a big place, right? So during his conversation, next he told that his sister herself studied. Own sister?
No, madam. Joint family.
Cousin.
No, yes, madam.
Okay, she studied in Coimbatore for CA Foundation, but still, I didn't get that point exactly. Like your sister also studied at Coimbatore for CA Foundation,
Yes, madam.
but they would have taken you to Coimbatore.
But my uncle was not interested there, madam.
He's very well, like he's sure about Masterminds.
Yes, madam.
He's having any article students from Masterminds.
No, madam. My uncle friend daughter was studying in Rajahmundry.
Okay, your uncle's daughters is studying. Your uncle friend's daughter is studying in Rajahmundry branch.
madam.
Okay, so they suggested and they recommended. Maybe it's a small thing for you, or it's just a point of information for you. But when you listen to these type of things, that gives us an immense responsibility, like how careful we should be and how hard we should work to keep up to the aspirations of if he or his uncle is not just a parent. His uncle is a reputed chartered accountant, right? So they have lot of information with respect to the coaching institutions and that all. So after having that all analysis, like what is right and what is wrong, and where are more pros and where are more cons. So by analyzing that, all the pros and cons with respect to the comparisons, whatever they made, so they have ultimately chosen masterminds. So I think that makes us feel more responsible. And it's not only us, because I know the pain of sending a child to faraway place for the sake of just studies. Unless we have the total trust on that particular child, so we generally don't send him or her to such a faraway place, right? So that means you can understand like how much of trust your parents have within you, about you, that you can fulfill their dreams or aspirations, that send you to such a faraway place just for the sake of studies. So she was telling one good quote: adjustment is development. Can you please continue, Nana? That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
Your name once again?
Naveen.
Naveen. Very well, Naveen. So you are able to adjust with the food and at all, because a big challenge.
Yes, madam. Somewhat okay, madam.
You feel like, because I studied my CA final in Chennai for taking coaching, because that was the only option for us. For final means, for us only option is Chennai. Even in Vijayawada, though supervis was there, but they, when we used to study, they haven't offered CA final. They used to offer only up to CA inter. So for us, only option is to come to Chennai, and we studied there in Prime Academy. So it's like, though it seems to be academy, but all subjects will not be under one single roof. We have to travel to north, east, south, west, and northeast, northwest, everything. All the directions we have to travel for completing our coaching with respect to all the subjects. We went to Chennai just for the sake of our studies about food, right? Yeah, so about food. I was there for 4 months. It is so difficult for me to adjust with the food, because our food is different from, because whenever we have rice, first they'll put sambar in it. Afterwards, next, anything, right? So it's all so difficult for me to adjust with the food. But still, as she was sharing with all of us, adjustment is development. Maybe that adjustment made us more stronger, and maybe as that small bit of adjustment or that small bit of sacrifice what we made in our life might have made us to stand in this particular position. So definitely, adjustment is not, whatever adjustments you're going to, you're compromising with are definitely going to reap you a very big future in your life. Come on, please. That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
God bless you, Nana. You give a big clap. You have the habit of speaking on the dais previously
First time, madam.
in your school?
First time, madam.
First time?
Yes.
Very well done. Come on. Give a big clap once again. Anybody is forcing you? Very nice then.
I'm studying in Senior Inter, New Jagrati Campus, Masterminds. I am from Nagpur, Maharashtra.
Nagpur, Maharashtra.
Yes, ma'am.
Famous for mangoes.
Yeah, ma'am.
Oranges, sorry. Come on. And I heard like Nagpur is a type of place where so many Telugu people stay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Exactly.
It is in border.
It's in border.
So many members stay there. My sir suggested me Masterminds, ma'am. As in 10th class, I was already decided to take CA.
Itself you have decided to be a senior. Chandrapur is near to you.
Yeah, ma'am.
How much kilometers away?
It's something 200, not more than just 2 hours, ma'am.
Just 2 hours journey from Nagpur. Because Chandrapur is a type of place where it is like so many Telugu people live exactly. Totally Telugu people.
Yeah, ma'am.
And it's a mining activity goes on there.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Mining activities, construction.
Construction, mining.
Ballarsha is the border, ma'am.
Ballarsha.
After Ballarsha, 1 hour to Chandrapur.
And from there for 2 hours, Nagpur.
No, ma'am. From Ballarsha, this side we have Nagpur for 2
Okay.
hours.
Okay. Fine. Please carry on, Anna.
My sir in 10th class, he suggested Masterminds in Guntur.
Okay.
Both
Fine.
institutes are good for CA, he said. After
What is your uncle?
Ma'am?
What is your uncle?
Not uncle, ma'am. My social sir.
Your social sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
He's a Telugu person?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, right, come on.
And in 10th class, I was in Karnool, ma'am. There he said me.
Oh, right.
I was a
Okay.
hostler in 10th class.
Okay.
There I learned Telugu.
Okay.
Then I was already decided, so he said me, you can go for CA in Guntur, in Mastermind.
Okay, fine.
Later on, my father came here and he saw both the campuses.
He saw both the
Yeah,
campuses.
ma'am. He compared everything and he said
Compared everything.
hostel facilities for girls. Then he decided that Masterminds is best. So I'm here in Masterminds now.
Because it's your second year only, so you are struggling with both CA Foundation and MEC.
It's a little difficult, but
It's
teachers
difficult.
and faculty, everyone are helping.
Helpful.
On your birthday also you came, it also inspired us a lot, ma'am.
Oh, really? So you are in the upstairs?
No, ma'am, down. Ma'am.
Downstairs. Okay, fine. So nice. Nina. So come on, tell me, what is your experience? Like, in what aspects you feel like you are trying to still adjust a lot?
Nothing like that, ma'am.
Nothing like
It's
that.
good. Non-teaching staff are also so friendly with us, so we can discuss everything with them and share.
You really, like, just tell me outright, like, out of 10, like, how many points you feel like with little bit of adjustment you can stay here?
10 out of 9, ma'am.
9 out of 10.
Yes, sorry, ma'am.
Okay, so nice, ma'am. Come on, express your feelings with respect to managing both MEC and CA Foundation.
It's little difficult, ma'am, as we are morning MEC classes, afternoon CA Foundation classes, night study, as we can't do both the
Justify, like every time when we are struggling in your mind, like what to go for, like CA Foundation or MEC, obviously you do CA Foundation, right?
As we have to do rework, we'll complete our. If you do rework, it's like we revised everything. What?
Exactly.
But MEC, we were little not
Yeah.
up to mark.
Exactly. But now it's a time for you to focus totally on MEC. Whatever setbacks you have with respect to, mostly it will be there with respect to mathematics and economics, right? So little bit of setbacks and we will be lagging confidence whether we can really go through that or not. Now it's a high time, like you will be focusing mostly on MEC. You will come out of all that setbacks, and decently we tried our best to reduce the economic schedule also, so that you will be focusing on only the key areas or in very important questions. We have taken a lot of risk because previously Kasima sir used to give some 10 marks questions for making you to be perfect, so that they doesn't take any risk. For them it is so cool because they make you to read some 20 questions. So it's up to you to read and they feel very much relaxed. But they've taken a very big calculated risk because I was very particular about that, because how a student suffers managing both MEC and CA Foundation. I really insisted him very badly to reduce the questions, because this is the one which is not going to come up once again in a CA Foundation. It's junior intermediate economics. I don't know whether I'm speaking to junior inter students or senior inter students. Junior inter economics is going to come up once again in CA Foundation, whereas senior inter economics is not going to come once again. So we have to know about what is agriculture, what is industrialization and that all, but we don't have to dwell deeper into it unless you people are going to take economics as your core subject in future. So that's the reason we want to cut it short. I think explanation was done completely.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, with respect to all the chapters.
Yeah, ma'am.
But coming to preparation part, we reduced it to a bigger extent so that you feel that comfort level. Okay? Come. Anything else you want to speak? So nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
So first we are coming up onto the stage and speaking something.
Yeah, ma'am. In Masterminds for first time, ma'am. Yeah.
In Masters also for the first time.
Yeah, ma'am.
Right. So nice. Come on.
Thank you, ma'am.
Give a big clap, yes.
Good evening, ma'am. Myself Bharadwaj.
Yeah,
I'm
Nana.
from Odisha.
Odisha, which place?
Ma'am, Parlakamudi.
Huh?
Parlakamudi.
Pallada?
Parlakamudi, Gajapati district.
Near which district?
Gajapati district.
Oh, it's a different. First time I'm hearing that place. How many kilometers away from Guntur?
Ma'am, about 700 kilometers. Ma'am, then at my school, 4 people, I think 4 people to join Masterminds. One is my principal, sir, who recommended Masterminds for CA. One is my principal, sir, and the one is my biology teacher. And
Biology? Biology teacher recommending for CA.
Yes, ma'am. His son is studying in Masterminds.
Her son is studying in Masterminds. Oh, so nice then. Come on.
My brother told that consult Mohan sir during admission time,
Okay.
and I consulted Mohan sir. Mohan sir asked me which school you studied previously. I said Vignan Vizag branch.
Oh, Vizag you studied.
Yes, ma'am.
In
And
your place Vignan or here in Vizag Vignan?
Vizag Vignan.
Your Vizag Vignan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your schooling happened in Vizag.
Yes, ma'am. Mohan sir asked me why do you choose CA? During means I have to maintain a phone in the school.
Swimming food.
I used to maintain, ma'am.
Okay.
In my phone, we are browsing internet throughout the night.
Note this point, Your Honor. Come on.
My brother recommended this course CA.
You got this only for this?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Initially, my dream was to do a robotic engineer.
So you were taking IIT coaching from 6th onwards also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then what made you to take this?
And my brother recommended this, and my father suggested me to do CA.
Okay.
And my father don't want to send me to abroad for studies. He misses me. He misses me.
Oh, you're a pampered kid then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, come on. Right, next.
At my starting there, I really struggled with the food provided by Masterminds.
Obviously, I also struggled while adjusting in Chennai, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's only 4 months span I've spent outside AP. So struggled a lot terribly, I can say. Come on.
And after that, my brother too said that it is quite common, and I took
Your
it.
brother is studying still here,
Yes, ma'am.
and he said it's quite common, and you have to adjust with it. Where is what is he studying now?
Ma'am, he is CA final revision batch.
CA final revision batch. Okay, fine. He gave his attempt. Once he gave his attempt,
Yes, ma'am.
he could not qualify, and he joined revision batch.
Yes, ma'am. Revision.
Completed CA Intel Masterminds.
Yes, ma'am. From MEC to CA final is in Masterminds.
Very nice. Where did he do his articles?
Chennai.
Which firm you know?
I don't know.
You don't know. So, because people will move to Chennai-like places for better exposure, so that they can grab up with good communication skills and that all. So, after going there, from Chennai also, still he wants to come back to Masterminds for his revision exams and that all, because sometimes what happens is a coaching part, they don't get that amount of leave. So when they work for the firms in articleship, hardly they get some 4 to 6 months of time for their preparation and that all. Auditors will not give that much big time. So in that 4 months time itself, they have to complete their revision or studies, whatever you call it. So that means sometimes some students will take online coaching, either from Masterminds, some faculty, or from some other, because it's final, it's up to you, everything is in your hands, you yourself have to take a better decision, right? So you have that opportunity still, either you can take online classes from Masterminds faculty, or you can go for some other faculty, it's up to you, it's all totally up to you. So what else, how is your junior intermediate right now?
Yes, ma'am.
How many marks are you getting?
Nice.
Nice. What do you want to tell? It's okay, I'll get to know. Okay, how is your journey with Masterminds?
Ma'am, it is good. And initially, even I studied hostel from 7th class at Vignan. In Vignan, above 80% were Hindi.
Okay.
I don't know that Telugu. When I approached my brother, he taught me Telugu for 5 days.
He taught you
Yes, ma'am.
Telugu for 5 days here. Okay.
And
So
when-
every time you call your brother, the first and the foremost complaint you make to him is generally like, what is this food ray? Yes? That's the only complaint you make to him?
Yes,
Right? Yeah, okay. But that's mandatory. Come on.
And later he suggested me
But every time he tries to motivate you,
yes, ma'am.
that you have to adjust. Even I underwent all these stages in that all.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, good. Come on.
And I have good friends, and his roommate, ma'am. I don't.
Nice. He's helping you out
Yes, ma'am.
in understanding Telugu.
No, ma'am. He is also.
He's also in Then, also, na? Okay. You're from Karnataka, Bangalore. Bangalore proper? Or suburbs? Urban Bangalore. Okay. You finish your 10th in Bangalore? Which school? Carmel. It's missionary type of school? No, okay. Okay. So state board or CBSE? ICSE. You have many opportunities like water. Yeah, but still what made you to choose here? Bangalore is a place where you have equal opportunities for all the courses.
Yes, ma'am, but my mom wanted me to just be far from home and.
So that you won't get addicted to phone.
Yeah, maybe.
That is the main reason. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. Please note this. Okay. Honestly, how many of you see, even before this corona, we have many students from other states. But now the added feature what I'm listening nowadays is just because you make you away from the mobile smartphones, they're pitching you into masterminds, right? So come on, tell me, that's the major reason? Or she wanted to see all-round development within you?
Yes, ma'am, and my uncle suggested that Masterminds is one of the best institutions in South, ma'am.
So, anyone studied us previously here?
My faraway relative, ma'am, he has finished CA Inter in the September batch, I think, and he's doing articleship, ma'am.
In recent September exam. Okay. He's doing articles.
Yes, ma'am.
I think November examination here.
Yeah, ma'am.
And in Jan they got the result. Yes, he finished off his CA Inter.
Yes, ma'am.
So nice.
Both the groups.
He studied only for CA Inter in Masterminds or MEC also?
MEC.
From MEC.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you might have been cursing them for so many reasons. Like, why do they suggested me all this, right?
At the starting, ma'am, but
at the starting.
Yeah, now I'm adjusted, ma'am.
Now you got adjusted. Wonderful, Nana. Wonderful. So nice to hear from you. It's not because I'm here, you are saying so?
No.
Great. Good.
At the first time I seen the timetable of Masterminds for junior MEC.
Okay.
Initially I struggled. After Dasra,
morning 6:30 to night 10:30 or 10.
Yes,
right? Okay.
I adjusted till Dasra. After Dasra, CA foundation added.
added responsibility,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Then I adjusted till now Pongal. After Pongal, full MEC, ma'am.
No, happy?
No, ma'am.
Not happy? Then what else you want now?
Ma'am, it is too tight. It is not tight nor loose, ma'am.
It's okay. It's cool and
Yes,
calm,
ma'am.
right? Good. Right, come on. So, like, if in one sentence you want to tell, like, because you have so many struggles in your mind, right? So, what is that struggle that bothered you a lot apart from the food? Because that food is inevitable for all of us.
Yes, ma'am.
So, it's mandatory that everybody has to struggle with. Because we struggled with some other food, you are struggling with some other food, right? Apart from the struggle of that food, what you're talking about, what other point that made you feel so like you have to still fight with that?
Nothing.
Schedules?
No, ma'am.
Nothing. Happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. I think now you're getting used to food also.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like a, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on. So your name once again, Anna?
Ma'am?
Your name?
Bharadwaj.
Bharadwaj. He's from Odisha and you're from Karnataka. But you made it a good friendship. So nice.
Yes.
Good, Nana. Keep it up. God bless you.
Thank you.
Let's give a big clap. The interaction what I had with some of your friends, whatever feelings what I had in my mind, I tried to express them all out to some extent. But at last, one thing I will definitely say to you, because I was telling so many things, like your parents are having lot of confidence in you, lot of trust in you, so that they have sent to faraway place. Okatama, like your final year should speak in Telugu. Finally, you feel like it's worth. How many of you feel like it's worth? We made these sacrifices. It's worth that we made these sacrifices with adjusting so many things and coming from far away place like this, how many of you feel so that it's worth we made the sacrifices? Not out of compulsion, please, because everybody is unique. If one feels that it's not worth, he or she, I don't think he or she is wrong, but still they have a different field waiting for them. Please put on your hands. Good. Last one example I'll say definitely. See, every time we also doubt ourselves whether we are in the right path or not, whether we are in a position to really do justice or not. Because because to err is human, right? We also do so many mistakes, but we learn from mistakes. That's the reason maybe we think like we are a little bit more successful when compared to other institutions in masterminds. What made us feel proud is, for government we have elections, right? In elections we select MPs and MLAs, right? Like that, for ICAI also, there are elections. For that, we select two categories of people. One who represents SIRC, Southern India Regional Council. The other who represents CARC, Central India Regional Council. See, the people who get elected for Central India Regional Council, CARC, are very, very prominent, and they are very versed with so many economical issues, what's happening across the globe, and they do so many MOUs. They travel all the time making MOUs with so many institutes in other countries also. You know MOUs? Memorandum of Understandings. See, if you, memorandum of understanding, in a sense, if you want to settle down in Australia, you have to pursue Australian CPA. If you have to pursue Australian CPA altogether, you have to take a lot of time and you have to take lot many exams. If your ICA at India is not having MOU with Australian CPA, you're getting my point, Manu? If they have an MOU with Australian CPA, because these both will sit together and discuss, like what is the nature of their curriculum, that is chartered accountancy course, what they are offering, and what is the nature of the course, what is the curriculum of the chartered accountancy course, what they are offering. They both sit together, they both make a deep understanding into the curriculum, and they come into an understanding. That is, okay, if a person who is a qualified chartered accountant in India, if they want to come and settle down in Australia, they need not have to write all the papers of Australian CPA. It's enough if they write only one or two papers, depending upon the differences in tax laws and that all. I hope you got my point. So, I know one such lady, because it's very hard to hear the names of ladies representing CRC, that Central India Regional Council, which is a really the toughest election I can say. And that name and the name of that lady is Sri Priya Kumar. You can Google her. Her name is Sri Priya Kumar. She is a elected representative of CIRC, Central India Regional Council. And she stays in Chennai. She was born and brought up totally in Chennai. And just why I'm telling about all this, what is the power of a member of CARC is because they have all-round exposure of the globe with respect to economy, finance, and apart from that, accounting aspects and that all. So, though she's having that great exposure with respect to global economics, global finance, global accounting, global taxation, global auditing, she joined her son into masterminds for his CA intern and CA final. Because yesterday I was speaking to her for some reason, she was telling that rather if masterminds would not have been there, my son would not have completed chartered accountancy. I'm ever indebted to masterminds. So when we listen to these type of people, successful people with all around the global exposure in so many areas, so definitely we feel sometimes proud. At the same time, we feel ourselves sometimes much more responsible. So that's the reason when somebody keeps a lot of trust in you, then your responsibility gets increased a lot. Like this, your parents are also having a lot of trust in you. You have to your behavior should be in such a way that they should not be in a position that they should nod their face before your relatives or your family friends, where so many of your family friends might be dragging them like not to join CA, and that too while you are sending unnecessarily, being a girl especially, to such a far away place. Am I correct or not? How many have faced that sort of discrimination, like being a girl, while you are sending her to such a far away place? Do you feel a challenge in the face of your parents? Yes? So they have their trust in you. Please don't make them feel shy before your family members or other relatives to whom they have to face every day. Okay? Just make them feel proud. That is the biggest achievement every student, or the biggest gift that every student can give to their parents. So wishing you all the best, Nina, and we thank you a lot, and your parents also a lot, for having the trust in Masterminds. So goodbye to all of you. We just have a small prize distribution ceremony and we'll wrap it up. Okay? God bless you.